build-up to today's huge game. We can cross live now to our reporter, Ben Ransom, who's at the Etihad Stadium for us. Ben, good afternoon to you. Looks a beautiful day for it, but reports of some huge injury news for Ralf Rangnick. Tell us about that, please.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We are set fair, ready for Derby Day, but all of the talk pre-match is about that Manchester United team selection. Now, suggestions are that Cristiano Ronaldo is a doubt because he wasn't seen turning up with the rest of the Manchester United team at their hotel last night. Now, nothing official from the club. Have to point that out at this point. We won't know for sure until that United team bus arrives here at the Etihad ahead of kick-off. But it would be a significant blow if he wasn't to be able to feature. I'm joined now by a content creator from either camp. In the red corner, we've got Angus. In the blue corner, we've got Emily. Angus, I'll start with you. And on that news, potentially you're waking up to that Cristiano Ronaldo might not be here for this derby.
I think we're going to struggle definitely without him. But it'll be interesting to see if he's not in the squad today, to see how we start up without him. But to get that goals, we have Ronaldo up there, so it's going to be a struggle without him.
How have you made of his return? Because look, there was so much optimism, wasn't there, when he came? Perhaps not quite scored as many goals as you would have liked, but in terms of performances?
I think the first couple of weeks he was proper on it, but I think the last couple of games, I wouldn't say he's not been seen, but I think he struggled to get a few goals. So hopefully today you see him get a few goals he's playing.
Well, we'll find out, won't we, when that team bus arrives. Emily, I'll bring you in. Look, ahead of Derby Day, I've spent enough time around this place to know that Manchester City fans tend to be pessimistic. How are you feeling?
Well, I'd be a lot more confident, I won't lie, if it was at Old Trafford today, but, you know, it's a huge, huge game for both sides. United are chasing Champions League football, they've got Arsenal and West Ham breathing down the necks. We're top of the pile, but 3 points ahead of Liverpool, and every game from now is huge, so I think neither teams, a draw does neither team any favours today. I think both teams will be going for the win.
Talk to me about the title race, because 3 weeks ago, by my maths, you were 14 points clear. Now, that was slightly skewed by Liverpool's games in hand. That gap, as we stand today, is just 3 points. This is hugely significant, isn't it?
Of course, yeah, and it makes it more interesting. But I think, like I said, every game now is huge. And I'm looking ahead and thinking about Burnley away and Leeds away, these teams that are fighting for survival in the Premier League, and they could have a huge say in it as well. So every game now is of monumental importance, and obviously United have had the rub of the green here in recent seasons. That 19-point gap counts for nothing on Derby Day because form goes out of the window. So we know what we're up against, but we also know that we've got world-class players. You look at the derby at Old Trafford, it was 2-0 and it should have been 10. We know what we're capable of doing, it's just if we can do it, and their main threat is on the counter, so we've just got to be aware of that and hope Rodri's up for the challenge in the middle. I'm sure he will be.
Let's bring Angus back in. I mean, look, that derby earlier in the season, Angus, I don't want to take you back to a dark place. It was fairly humbling. United's possession stats, I think, were the ones that stick in my mind. Hardly got the ball. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was gone a couple of weeks later. But how have you seen the development under Ralf Rangnick, and what gives you positivity coming here today?
I think since Ralf Rangnick's come in, we've created so many chances. I think it's 160 since he's come in. So we just need to finish the chances, because I think he's doing a good job, I think, since he's come in. Once he finishes chances, we'll get a few goals. So hopefully.
We're speaking to Emily there about the title race. For United, it's just as significant in that race for the top 4, isn't it? Because obviously today, by the time the game kicks off, you could be in 5th depending on that Arsenal game at Watford. But look, how important is it for you this game this season?
Every single game, we've got to get the points end of the day, because any points we drop, that could stop us getting top 4. If we win today, obviously Liverpool could catch up, which I don't really want to happen, but it's a bit of a sticky situation, so we'll have to see what happens.
I've got to ask you that, because again, all the talk around here among City and United fans, specifically United fans, is, look, do you really want to win? Do you want to let Liverpool open the door to them to win the title?
We have to win, end of the day, but we have to beat Liverpool in a few weeks, won't we? That's all we can do. That's what I'm going with anyway.
Emily, come back to you. You've seen this Guardiola team develop. You will obviously have seen teams before. You've seen the balance of power in Manchester shift, because look, 10 years ago at this very stadium was that moment, wasn't it, when City managed to nick the title essentially off Manchester United. In the 10 years since, you've had so much glory. How have you seen this team develop, and where can they go from here?
It's an odd one, because we thought under Mancini that side with that spine of Yaya and and Joe Hart and Sergio Aguero, we thought that was the best that he would ever get, and it's gone above and beyond. And the players that we're seeing now, the likes of Cancelo and Bernardo, Rodri this season, really stepping it up. And Cancelo is bamboozling sides because he's transformed the role of the fullback, hasn't he? He doesn't play as a fullback, he plays as a forward, and it gives us another option. And that's what we saw at Old Trafford, that false nine role that Pep loves. Bamboozled United players. Harry Maguire didn't know whether it was coming or going, so we've got to really hope for that again today, and hope that the magic in our team can prevail. But I'm just a little bit nervous, just because based on form, you know, and that game with Pogba, who world class performance when it was 2-0 at half time and they went on to win 3-2. It's just nerves, but I know what we're capable of, and that's the frustrating thing. So if we play like we know that we can play, then we shouldn't have a problem. But Derby Day, isn't it?
It is. Look, I know there's pessimism naturally given the results here. I think it's 4 of the last 6 actually in the Premier League United have won here at the Etihad. But look, don't let that sway you. What's your favourite? Pick me a favourite Derby memory from years gone by that you enjoyed.
It's got to be the 6-1 at Old Trafford, hasn't it? It has to be. That pass by David Silva at the end for Edin Dzeko. What a phenomenal game that was. What a performance. And it's the stuff of legends. So, I mean, Derby Day brings moments of glory, doesn't it? That stays in folklore in Manchester, and it's about bragging rights as well. So neither team want to get beat.
What's your prediction today?
Oh, a really nerdy 2-1. I'm being cautious.
2-1 City.
Optimistic.
Angus, your favourite Derby Day memory from years gone by, and your prediction for today's game?
My prediction for today is going to be a 2-1. Hopefully a last minute winner from Alanga. My favourite ever derby, 2019 Carabao Cup 3-2. That's going to be my favourite one.
There we go. Thank you very much, both of you. Look, you can tell there are nerves. That's the way it is around Manchester in Derby Day. Both sides, although to be fair, both of them did pick their teams to win, but I sense off camera it's not quite so confident as we count down to kick-off. And as we said at the very top, all eyes will be on that Manchester United team bus arriving and whether or not Cristiano Ronaldo is on board.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you very much for now. So the Premier League leaders